This video is sponsored by PelucidFX.com. Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the Forex Peace Army.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Okay guys, now let's take a look at the gold market. The gold market situation is also very interesting, and at least in the beginning of the week we could get the nice patterns for trading as on the daily time frame, as on the intraday charts. Well, in general, if you have taken a look at our weekly research that we release weekly, and read there the analysis of the weekly time frame, you'll see that in general this action looks like the bullish flag pattern that is forming now after market has formed the morning star pattern on the weekly time frame. In general, overall this action is the morning star. That's why until these lows will be taken out on the weekly time frame, we could think that market still stands with the retracement to the upside, because we could say that probably the long-term bear trend is reestablished only after market will take out of these lows. Currently, overall action here looks logical, so market has formed the pattern and now shows the retracement slightly inside of the body of this pattern. That's very often happens. Probably you know that when you trade the engulfing patterns, morning star patterns. That's very common issue. Well, on the here inside of this pattern we see that market also has formed the morning star pattern, and this pattern in fact could answer on all questions that we have. Where the invalidation point is right here, approximately 1272 is the lower end of this pattern, and we could say that probably retracement up is still valid until market will be taken out of these lows. What's the target of this pattern? The target usually equals the length of the bars of this pattern, so approximately we could suggest that it stands around the weekly pivot resistance 1 and previous swing highs around 1340, 1345 area. If market will continue this retracement, then probably market should reach this area at minimum. Where we could enter long with this pattern, somewhere inside the body, on some retracement inside of the body of this pattern. That's our target for the beginning of the week. By itself you could see that this pattern has appeared right at the fib support 1283, and take a look, weekly pivot support 1. Although this is weekly pivot support 1 for the next week, but since market stands in the rather tight consolidation, it almost equals to the weekly pivot support 1 of the previous week. So that was also the weekly pivot support 1 here. So that was not bad support. That's also some kind of this lower border of this pattern. Market has bounced from it and turns to the upside. So we have in general short-term perspective, we have the bullish pattern on our side, and probably we should trade it on the long side of the market. If you will take a look at the 4-hour time frame, we will see how it could be done. Recall that on Friday we have discussed this thrust up. We said that market has hit the resistance 1380 area, 618 resistance of the whole move to the downside. That's approximately the 618. And market also has accomplished by this action a lot of intraday extensions, ABCD patterns, so a lot of targets of the extension stands in this consolidation. And we said this thrust to the upside more or less is suitable for Jordan direction, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars to the upside. One unpleasant moment here is this retracement down. That was the 3-8 retracement. But since market has passed significant range after that, and by this candle it also has shown small wash and rinse of these highs, well, probably we could say that maybe we could treat this situation as the potential for double repo lookalike pattern. Although previously we have discussed the possibility of the brand body as well, but here you can see that we will not get it, because market hasn't shown really significant retracement to the significant fib support. that hasn't happened within the 3 days below the 3x3. So the one chance that we have here from the perspective of the dynamic trades is potential for the double repo sell. We have already thrust, close below the 3x3, close above the 3x3. If market will show the close below, that will be the confirmation bar, and we could get the retracement down. Also, very significant moment. Take a look. That second top of the double repo is greater than the first one. I like to see this because when market participants see how that market starts some breakout through the previous highs, they start to enter long and place their stops somewhere below these lows, somewhere below the market. And as market has bounced down again, they appear to be trapped in the wrong position, but their stops are still valid. So when the market starts, when the double repo will start to work, it will trigger the stops, and that add fuel to the downward action. That's why I like to see when the second top of the double repo is greater than the first one. And here we have this. Well, now concerning the targets of this potential retracement down. Here I see also significant trap for those who would like to enter long as soon as possible. And the obvious level that's very pretty looking is right here. That's the weekly pivot point and 30 even fib support. But here there are 3 reasons why market probably will show deeper retracement. First of all, double repo itself, because when the market forms the real double repo, the target of this pattern at minimum the 50% support, because that will be the short-term reversal pattern. It suggests some deeper retracement. So the 50% around 1282, 1284 area, 94, 1292, 1294 is the minimum target of this potential double repo pattern. The second reason is the gold market habits. The gold market likes to show deep retracements. That's why I can't exclude that probably we will see in 1290 area. 618 retracement, that's also possible. And finally, the third moment is that market in fact has shown the first significant bounce to the upside. The previous downward momentum is really still valid and it's solid. That's why under pressure of this momentum, market probably will have to make the deeper retracement. That will press on it. That's why the more reasonable is to rely on the potential deeper move and watch for long entries somewhere around 1292, 1290, 1294, somewhere in this area, between the 618 and 50% support area. I suggest that this will be the entry point, potential entry point. Also, take a look at the 4-hour time frame. That could be head and shoulders reversal pattern if market will form this deep retracement. And that could be the really nice pattern that could trigger the significant move to the upside. So you can see a lot of stuff to watch for on the gold market. It's really interesting for trading now. So if you're a scalp trader, you could monitor the appearing and confirmation of the double report, take the short position with the target 12.990. If you trade on the daily time frame and search the possibility to enter long, keep an eye on this pattern when it will reach the target. Look how market will respond in this area. And take a look at the 15-minute charts. Maybe market will form some reversal pattern here as on the euro currency. We have discussed this yesterday. Well, market will show some starting off to the upside. So you can see you can see a lot of possibilities at any taste. On the hourly time frame, we'll see how double repo could start to work. I am not pretending on absolute opinion, but here I see that it's really probable appearing of the double top pattern as so the double repo on the 4-hour time frame could take the shape of the double top here on the hourly time frame, because although on the first glance it looks like the butterfly pattern, but this price action is not common for the butterfly. So you can see, in fact, market has shown small wash and rinse of these highs, very small tight piercing of these previous highs and returning right back. When the butterfly pattern starts to work, it rarely shows such action. Usually it continues move high right to the target. That's why I suggest that this could be the double top. And the wash and rinses is very typical, particularly for the double top pattern, when the second top wash and clearing the stops of the first one and turn to the downside. Second moment here, you can see the bearish stop grabber that has been formed here. Although the minimum target of this pattern stands at this low, but I can't exclude that this could be the starting point for the move to the downside. If you count the target of this double top, so that equals to it height down to count to the downside, you'll get the 1292 area, precisely the 50% support of this thrust up. So you can see that currently the situation on the gold market looks like the big puzzle with a lot of details, a lot of parts that add each other. And that's why that is the situations on the markets that I like to see. When you watch on the higher time frames, okay, let's check the lower time frame, whether we have some pattern that confirms the situation on the high time frame. Yes, we see some reversal, and then we continue look at the market lower and lower, and you find more and more patterns that in general supports the overall picture. That is very nice situation. Well, and that combinations on the markets usually have greater chance to success. That's why I think that gold markets is worth of our attention. Let's see how it will turn. That being said, in the beginning of the week we will keep an eye on the double repo. Let's see how market will react on this pattern, what it will show by this pattern, and act as we said. So if you are a scalper, you could try to take the short position up to the confirmation with the target approximately 1290, 1292. For those who would like to take the long position, wait for when the retracement will be over and watch for these levels around 1290, 1289, 1292 for the possible reversal patterns on the lower time frames, since that could be the starting point for the upward continuation.